Blog Talk Radio.
What's going on, folks? It's your boy Long Beach Joe, and I am back at it. Again. I'm back at it again, man. Listen. The Jets got a big win yesterday. You know what I'm saying? We got a big win, okay? And I'm telling you right now, all right, that was a big win on Monday night. We're going to be talking about the loss of Aaron Rodgers. It's been confirmed he tore his Achilles, and it sucks. But we're going to be discussing that. But I'm also going to be talking spicy tonight. I'm not going to lie. There was a lot of Bills fans trying to get at me early. I was minding my business, okay? Keeping to myself, not bothering anybody. But then they wanted to step in and talk crazy to your boy. Okay. That's a big mistake. Because I'm telling you, tonight it's going to be Jalapeno Joe. That's my new name. Jalapeno Joe, I'm talking spicy, and you will get one. Oh, yeah, I'm going to be talking crazy. I'm telling y'all right now, we talking a little crazy. It sucks that Aaron Rodgers went down. We'll be discussing that. All right, but I'm going to talk a little crazy tonight. I'm telling you, especially about that boy, Josh Allen. I think he's very talented, but we're going to be discussing him tonight. So, listen, call in. The lines are open, 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. We are taking our callers. The lines are already hot. Keep calling in. We'll get to everybody. Trust me. Be patient, all right? So I'm hyped up, as y'all can tell. I'm fired up. I'm ready to talk. I want to talk about the New York Jets with everybody. Let me get into the show. Listen, folks, okay? I'm the man of the people. I'm here for the people. Let me shamelessly promote my Facebook page. Everyone go on Facebook, okay? Type in The Long Beach Joe Show, The Long Beach Joe Show on Facebook, okay? Follow the page. Go back and forth with me on there. Check out my content on the Facebook page as well. And also leave me some feedback. I want to hear about what you folks think I do here on The Long Beach Joe Show. I'm also, all right, on Twitter as well. Go on over to Twitter. Type in at The Long Beach Joe, at The Long Beach Joe on Twitter. Give me a follow you right back. Let's go back and forth on there as well. Personal page is YoungJ000, okay? Go ahead and follow me on there as well, and let's go back and forth. A lot of people having discussions today with so many things going on with the New York Jets. Also, for those of you that do not know, the show is also a podcast, okay? We also, we do live. We live on Blog Talk, but we're also on iTunes as well. Go on over to iTunes, type in The Long Beach Joe Show, The Long Beach Joe Show on iTunes, okay? Subscribe to the show on there. Leave me some feedback as well. Let me know how you folks feel about the show. What are your thoughts? Leave me a 5-star rating if you can. I appreciate that. Helps get the show out there on iTunes. So please give me a 5-star rating and let me know how you folks feel about what I'm doing here. And for those of you that may not know, all right, hey, guess what? We live stream the show, baby. We live stream the show, all right? Some people just stumble or fall into the show, and they go, Joe, we didn't know that you go live, you go back and forth with people, and you're on YouTube. Yes, I am on YouTube, okay? I'm on YouTube for those of you that may not know. Come on over to YouTube, type Long Beach Joe Jets on YouTube, okay? Long Beach Joe Jets. Subscribe to the channel on there. Hit that notification bell so when I post content, you'll be in the know. Also, please give the streams, the videos, all my content a thumbs up. Leave a comment and let me know about what you folks feel that I'm doing over here on YouTube as well. A lot of people don't know that your boy be on YouTube. Ladies check me out. They be like, whoa, Joe, we didn't know. We like your takes. We love the Jets. We love your coverage of the team. We didn't know you were so handsome. Thank you, ladies. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a regular guy, all right? I'm not arrogant. I'm just out here working with what I got. But I appreciate the ladies, and I want to thank everyone that does check out, again, Long Beach Joe Jets on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel and check me out. And just be clear, okay, when you come over here and you involved in a live stream and a live radio show, let me tell you something. Your boy you're going to be having to deal with these savages, okay? Okay? You want to know who the savages are? That's my chat, okay? And I'll call my chat the savages. You know why? Because they're savages. Man, oh, man. Let me tell you something. They don't like your take. They don't like what you bring into the table. Good luck, brother, okay? Because they're going to let you know about it, all right? Nobody's safe, not even me, okay? So now it's time to get into it because we got a lot to discuss. The lines are hot. Again, 515-602-9639, 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in, okay? Taking all callers. The lines are cooking. We're going to get to all the callers in just a second. We're just going to give a quick rundown of what's been going on, and then I want to go to the people because I want to hear from y'all. I know there's a lot of doom and gloom, a lot of people down. Salutes to all the savages in the chat. I see you. Please put your questions or what you got to say in the chat. I will come to y'all in between calls when I'm moving and shaking. Keep in mind, I am one man, okay? I'm one man, but I will get to everybody. Again, 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. Hold on, okay? We'll get to everybody. Now, we're going to start with this big win for the New York Jets over the Buffalo Bills. Jets beat the Buffalo Bills 22-16. 22-16, we beat the Bills, all right? Now, things were looking okay early, all right? We were feeling good. Jets offense came out, handed the ball off to Breece Hall. He looked smooth. We'll talk about him throughout this show because that boy did work, okay? That boy did work, okay, in this game. Let me tell you something. Breece Hall was amazing for the New York Jets. He ended the day 10 carries, 127 yards. At one point during the game, he had 2 carries and he already had over 100 yards. We'll get into that. But, man, it only took 4 plays. 4 plays. And then we lost the biggest acquisition that we made this past offseason. 4 plays. 4 plays, and Aaron Rodgers was done for the season. I don't know what kind of block Dwayne Brown was trying to put on Floyd, a Bills pass rusher. I guess he was trying to chop block him. I don't. Whatever he was doing, it was awful. Okay, goodness gracious. I guess this is a play for, according to reports, there's been a lot of things, rumors swirling that Aaron Rodgers doesn't even like this type of play because it doesn't allow him to extend the play and make the throws that he wants to make. But it was called more than once, but the second time I believe it was called, Dwayne Brown made this awful chop block on Floyd, who pretty much just stepped around it. He screams down on Aaron Rodgers, grabs him, they kind of spin around, he takes Rodgers to the ground. Aaron Rodgers kind of popped up a little bit, but it was gingerly. And then next thing you know, you could see him kind of wince, and then he sat back down on the ground and kind of curled up and rolled back. And it was brutal. Keep in mind, I'm here live with the Savages. I was live streaming during the game. We were watching it together, and things were not good. Now, we were hoping for the best. Aaron Rodgers gets picked up by the med people. They take him over to the sidelines. They take him to the tent. Then we get word that, the x-rays are negative. We're feeling like things are looking good. He's put on a cart, taken back to the back of the locker room, but then we see him in a boot. And we're like, whoa, he's in a boot? That definitely isn't good. But again, we got word that the x-rays were negative, and so we were hoping, okay, he didn't break anything. It's not a broken foot. Maybe it's just a strain, right? Maybe it just strained his foot. All right, he'll be back. No problem, right? Wrong. Very wrong. After the game, Sulla was talked to. Sulla himself said that things did not look good. Everybody was pretty grim about outlook with Aaron Rodgers playing. There was a lot of talk, rumors swirling about possible, torn this, torn ACL, torn this. We were kind of putting it off to the side, waiting for MRI results, okay? Today, MRI results come back, and it's been confirmed. Aaron Rodgers has torn his Achilles. He is done for the season. Wow. Needs surgery. It's a tough blow to the New York Jets. It sucks. Here's what we've been waiting on for so long as Jets fans. We've wanted this. We've wanted a quarterback the ilk of Aaron Rodgers. We wanted our Aaron Rodgers, and then we actually ended up with him. We were so happy to bring him in to the organization, and not only were we happy to bring him in because of the talent and what he could bring and what he could do on the field, but what he could do off the field. We saw him mold into what New York is. We saw him embrace New York, and we also saw the fan base in New York embrace him. This was a guy that came in here and talked about big expectations, becoming the Dragon. Let's add a Lombardi trophy. Let's not be somebody's little brother. Let's go out there and take the heads off of the rest of these teams around the league. Let's do it. It's time to change the culture. It's time to step it up. It's time to take the next step in the next level. We were all hoping that he would be the guy to take us there. But he's done for the season. Now that sucks, right? But coming back into the game, once Aaron Rodgers is gone, and now we know he's done for the season, we saw Zach Wilson step in. And Zach Wilson is a guy that I know a lot of New York Jets fans are down on for various reasons. We'll get to the lines in just a second, 515-602-9639. Again, 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. We're taking all callers. And Zach Wilson was able to step in, and he had a kind of stutter and stammer and start at first. There was a lot of struggle. The offensive line got some penalties, some false starts. Things didn't look good. He threw interception early. Things were not cooking, right? But eventually, he got things rolling, and he answered the call. He answered the call. Later on in the game, clock's ticking down. Things are rolling. We get a 43-yard field goal. Josh Allen comes back after being pressured, throws an interception to Whitehead, but the Jets offense couldn't do anything, right? But then we roll into the fourth quarter. Josh Allen gives us another interception after being pressured. Keep in mind, the Jets defense did work. They did work all game long. This, for a fact, is a championship. Those boys did not quit. Quinnen Williams, Jermaine Johnson, John Franklin Myers pushing tackles, guards right back into Josh Allen's lap. That boy Josh Allen was exposed. He was exposed on Monday night by the Jets defense. They put pressure on him constantly. People were in his face constantly. He was shooketh. He was shooketh all night long. Now, once we got that back, that interception, Zach stepped up. We got to drive back down the field, and on 3rd and 5, keep in mind the New York Jets offensive line all night was very shaky in pass protection. Very shaky. Dwayne Brown, shaky. All night in pass protection. Zach Wilson dropping back. He's got the pockets collapsing. He's trying to get out, steps out to his left, starts to trip because he gets his leg caught on a guy. But right before he goes down on 3rd and 5, gets the ball out to Allen Lazard to extend a drive and keep it going. Then what did we do? We kept riding the hot hand. Dalvin Cook didn't work tonight. Whether it was short passes, little runs, he's juking, he's cutting. He's getting needed yards to continue to extend drives and move the chains. That boy Breece Hall was doing work as well. Again, 10 carries, 127 yards on the day. Keep in mind, earlier he had an 83-yard run in the game. I'm telling you, it don't look like nothing happened to him. It looks like nothing is wrong with Breece Hall, bro. Nothing's wrong with him. Zach Wilson steps up in the red zone, throws up a fade to Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson tips it to himself. Garrett Wilson tipped it to himself and caught the touchdown. Jets are in the business. 13-13. Now I'm hot. We cooking, right? I'm sitting here live streaming with the Savages. We going back and forth. We're in the game. Things weren't looking so good early, but now we're back. 13-13. Josh Allen steps out with the Bills offense, snapped the ball. He bumbles and fumbles the snap. He was shook. He was shook and exposed. He fumbles and bumbles the snap. He meets that boy Michael Clemens as well, which smacked him. Jets defenders also, there was a couple other defensive linemen that were in when he was trying to take off and run. He ends up fumbling, and the Jets recover the fumble. The Jets actually tried to put a drive together, tried to drain the clock out a little bit because it was late in the fourth. It was like 4 minutes and some change. We drained the clock just enough, stalled. The drive kind of stalled out. We kick a field goal. We're up 13-16. A minute and 48 seconds left. We're going to come to the calls in just a second. A minute and 48 seconds left. The Bills get the ball back. The New York Jets are up 13-16. And this is where I take issue with some of his calls defensively. All night we were getting pressure on Josh Allen just with our front four and zone coverages. He was confused. You could clearly see that man had no clue of what to do or how to do it against this Jets zone coverage. He couldn't read it. Going through progressions, he just didn't have it that night. Then Auburn's kind of changed things up. He started blitzing. And when he started blitzing, we manned up, right? And then Josh Allen, you kind of saw him light up a little bit because he was like, oh, they easing up off me. Now all I got to do is change my protections a little bit, get the ball out of my hands quick. Let me get it to my hot. Let me get it to my check down. I don't have to make no real decisions. I'll just get it to my check down. And the Bills were able to put a drive together and get down the field. All right? The Bills made a drive. They got down the field just close enough, kicked the field goal, and they hit it. Now it's 16-16. We going into overtime. Come out, they toss the coin. Bills win the coin toss. Jets defense went out there and shut them boys down again. Their drive started off shaky as well. False starts, looking crazy, right? Continued to put the pressure on Josh Allen. We got out of those blitzes, went back to the zones, went back to just our front four getting pressure. And so then the Bills said, you know what, we're done here. We got to punt. Now immediately, again, I'm sitting here with the Savages. I'm thinking to myself, hey, if Xavier Gibson, this undrafted guy, if he can just get us some solid field position here, that sets us up well. Well, the Bills kick to Xavier Gibson, and he took that thing 65 yards all the way back to the house. Oh! Touchdown. Game over, baby. 22-16. Jets win. Jets win. Jets win. Jets win. This was a victory that showed the fight and the grit of this Jets team. They didn't give up. Faced with such adversity, they did not crumble. Of course, I don't think most of the players on the field really knew the fate of Aaron Rodgers at that point. None of us truly did. But they knew, hey, A-Rod's gone. This team could have folded. They didn't. Guys stepped up. The defense turned up. The offense did enough. Zach Wilson, was he perfect? No. 14-21 on the night, 140 yards, 1 TD, 1 interception. It was a bad interception. He threw a ball into 3 Bills. I don't know where the hell he was throwing that football to. But when the phone rang, when it mattered the most, he stepped up and was able to keep a drive alive on that 3rd and 5 and get the ball out to Garrett Wilson for a touchdown. Breece Hall, that boy's electric. That boy's electric. When he's on the field, it's the Breece Hall show. No lies. There's nothing wrong with him. He's moving, shaking, cutting, running through people, running over people, arm tackles. Ain't working. He'll run through those too. He was phenomenal. Phenomenal. Cook did his thing. He was phenomenal as well. And on the Jets defense was great. Quentin Williams did work. They had 5 sacks, 4 turnovers. 4 turnovers. Anybody remember last year we were talking about, we need more turnovers. 4 turnovers. 3 interceptions. Oh, by the way, guess who got the 3 interceptions? Number 3, Jordan Whitehead. Remember him? This was a guy that I caped for all offseason when most Jets fans were screaming that he needed to be cut so we could save a few measly million. Look at the impact that he had on the game. And again, let's not forget the contributions of Xavier Gibson. A young guy, when I was talking about the young blood of this football team, making plays and changing things and taking over, how we needed young guys to step into the building and put their hand into the pile as well and give us some production. And that's exactly what he did. I'm excited that we went with those guys. Now, I'm going to get to the calls in just a second, but there was a lot of talk about what the New York Jets should do quarterback-wise. Now that Aaron Rodgers, again, the MRI confirmed he's torn his Achilles and he's done for the season. But Sulla made it very clear today that Zach Wilson is going to be his guy going forward. I want you to hear this clip from him and what he had to say. Now, we're going to be talking about that because I know that there's a lot of Jets fans that are upset, that feel that that is not the way that the organization should handle this situation. But when you look at the guys that could be available, right, names are flying. A lot of people talking about Carson Wentz. He's not very good. Some people talking Colt McCoy, Joe Flacco, who there's familiarity there with Joe Flacco, but he is a stiff, and this is a new offensive staff here as well. Some people talking about Matt Ryan, Nick Foles. I don't know, what the New York Jets should do going forward, but I understand why they would go forward with Zach Wilson. And maybe Zach could be the guy. Maybe he's the guy that could step up. And I understand the Jets fans are upset. I'm upset as well. Trust me, I want Aaron Rodgers. I do. Everybody does. But even without Aaron Rodgers, this is still a playoff caliber football team, I believe. We have so much talent. So much talent. If Zach Wilson can just be a game manager, this Jets football team should win quite a bit of games this season. Keep in mind, and I want to talk to everybody again, 602-9639. We're coming to the lines. They're hot right after this. I want everybody to keep in mind, Nathaniel Hackett at one point worked with Blake Bortles when he was with the Jacksonville Jaguars, and that was one of the best seasons that Blake Bortles ever had. And Blake Bortles was trash. He was trash. If Nathaniel Hackett can get something out of Blake Bortles as an offensive game planner, as a guy that's worked with quarterbacks that had lesser talent, I think that he can do some things with Zach Wilson. That's one of the reasons why I feel the New York Jets will still be able to stay afloat. Because I watched Nathaniel Hackett get the best out of Blake Bortles. I watched him get the best out of Blake Bortles. And they put together a team that made a run. The Jets have the defense to do it. We can ground and pound and run the ball, the Brees, Cook, and Carter show, right? All we need Wilson to do is hold the fort and be a game manager. We're going to get to these lines again. 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. I'm taking all callers. Please be patient. We'll get to everybody. Trust me, hold times are not long. Also, the lines are hot, so, questions going to be limited. We can't. Not everybody's going to get 30 minutes, all right? We got to work through these lines. Please make your answers short and concise. Everybody's going to get, maybe 2 questions. And we got to continue to move. Also, new callers, when you call in, again, be patient and do not curse on my show, okay? Because I'll get you out of here fast. I'm talking fast. Faster than we can beat the Buffalo Bills. I'm talking spicy. Hey, faster than Josh Allen could throw an interception. Hey, faster than Josh Allen can melt down in a critical moment in a football game. That's fast. Hey, Bills fans, where y'all at? Y'all was talking to me crazy. Y'all was talking to me real crazy before the game. I was minding my business. I didn't call for y'all. I didn't say nothing about the Bills. I'm just chilling, you know what I'm saying? Got my feet kicked up. I'm just waiting, drinking water, and next thing I know, I got Bills fans in my ears yelling. Okay. What about that 22-16, though? What about that W, though? Okay. That's fast. Also, when you call in, you know what I'm saying, again, no cursing, please give the stream a thumbs up if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell so when I post content, you'll be in the know. Super Chat is up at the top of the screen. Please give to the platform if you can. It's greatly appreciated. Cash App is at the bottom of the screen as well. Okay? Anything you give to the platform is greatly appreciated. Now we're going to get to these lines again. 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. We're taking all callers. And again, when you call in, be patient. We'll get to everybody. we're going to go to Rusty. We're going directly to Rusty. Val, other callers, hold on. We'll get to everybody. Listen, for those of you that do not know, Rusty, that man is a savage.
Salutes, Joe. Salutes, fellow savages.
Steve, salutes. Listen to me, my friend. Talk to me. How are you feeling? The New York Jets beat the Buffalo Bills. Aaron Rodgers tears his Achilles. What are your thoughts? Is the season over? How do you feel about the win as well?
My brain's all over the place. It's just scattered everywhere. It's like, you take a firecracker and put it in your fist and just light it, I guess, and it's just explosion. I mean, it's like that. We won, thank God. But I'm happy, of course, but just, at the same time, like, why can't we literally can't have nice things? Today, exactly 24 years ago, Vinny blew his knee out. I mean, his left Achilles also, same exact. And guess who was the honorary captain yesterday? I couldn't believe it. I wanted to bite my TV in half. Vinny Testaverde. And why?
Oh.
Out of all the times he never was, why is he honorary captain yesterday? Can have been Pennington or someone. I'm just. Yeah.
Listen, Rusty, I hear you. It sucks. It
unreal.
Sucks, and I'm right there with you. It sucks. I'm right there with you. It sucks to see Aaron Rodgers go down, but one of the things that I really am excited about going forward, because again, Aaron Rodgers, he's done for the season. It is what it is. Zach Wilson was able to step up in big moments in this game and make plays. He was not perfect, okay? Everybody knows. I like Zach, but I'm very critical of him. I've been very critical of him in the past as well. Everybody knows that. Yep. I'm very fair, and I'm very based. What are your thoughts about the offense going forward with Zach Wilson? Do you think that they'll be able to survive, especially with Nathaniel Hackett here as our offensive coordinator?
Yeah, I actually do. Knock on wood, of course. But, as much as, all the rage and happiness and all different, literally 15 different types of emotions I'm sure all of us went through last night. It was just the weirdest thing ever. I think it's the worst of the best of the worst case scenario, if that makes sense. So I think that Jack is better than Bortles. That's basically his name anyway. He's terrible, but when he was with Hackett, he was unbelievable. It was crazy, and it seems like Zach has truly focused and has the utmost attention and respect for Rodgers. If Rodgers can be like how Paul Walker was in Varsity Blues to Mox, to Zach. I think something can happen, you know what I mean? Because if he's like, and it seems like Rodgers enjoyed it, when he was in the preseason. Now, mind you, he would love to be on the field, but if you can't be on the field, why not have the calls and have basically a piece of you, like arm extended through Zach in a way, He's going to sit there, his brain's going to melt and fall to pieces. You have Aaron Rodgers standing there, on crutches, whatever. He's like, hey, look, kid, this is this, goose, blah, blah, calm him down, do whatever. Rodgers is, been there, seen it all, basically, in the NFL. And God only knows what else in does. But, that's how I sort of feel about it, worst of a best of a worst situation, I guess, if you will.
No, I mean, that's the best we can do, especially, again, when Sulla is talked about, and they came out today and said, listen, we are, Zach is our quarterback going forward. They're going to call Tim Boyle up from the practice squad. He's going to be the backup guy. But as of now, from everything they said, it looks like they're not going to try to go after anybody or swing any big trades or anything like that. So to finish up, Rusty, before I let you go, give me your thoughts about guard. Yeah.
Sorry about that. Throw money at
our
that.
offensive line was spotty. It was spotty at best. My God. God. And I listen, when I talked about Dwayne Brown, all off season and my, how reserved I was about him and my concerns, I was told, Joe, be quiet. Don't worry about that. Everything's going to be good. That boy was looking suspect out there. And he wasn't the only one, but my goodness. And that left guard was looking, whoa. Anywho, okay. Give me your thoughts. My final question for you: New York Jets defense. Who do you think when you watch the Jets defense perform, who do you think lit it up the most, man? Who do you think was like the player of the game for the Jets defense?
I honestly think it's, not to be corny or anything, I think it was a full collective effort to where, Whitehead, he made $250,000 in bonuses yesterday. It was freaking good for him,
That's a fact. Yep.
And,
that's a fact. Yeah.
Yeah. You just had everybody coming at them hungry. It was relentless. And Zach's Allen's daddy. And the defense is just feasting on him. It's crazy, man. It's true. He's his boo. That got him holding his inside of his pocket. It's good.
Okay, before I let you go, Rusty, quickly, give me your score prediction for the Jets' upcoming game against the Cowboys. Who do you think wins? Who do you think loses? How do you think it ends up, man?
Jeez, man, I don't even know. My brain is scrambled eggs after what we just, what is that, too soon thing? I don't know.
5 days away.
I hope it's us 13-6 and just like a freaking dogfight slobbering out there. If we could just take the Dallas is ridiculous. Dallas's defense is no joke. So
yeah,
good thing with Dak is a touchdown, but
yeah, we'll see. Listen, Rusty, I got to slide off. I want to thank you for calling in. You have yourself a good one. All right.
You too, bud. Salutes, Joe. Salutes, all savages. Let's go, Jets.
All right, let's go. We're going to keep getting to these lines. Again, 515-602-9639. Again, 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. Keep in mind the lines are hot, so we're going to be moving through. Please be quick with your answers. You know what I'm saying? You're going to get a couple questions. We're going to keep going, all right? Next, we're going to go to my guy, Val. Val, we're coming directly to you. Julio, 609, Dwayne, all the guys. Hold on. We'll come to you guys in a second. But let me let y'all know, Val, that boy's a savage. Val salutes. All right, the New York Jets get a big win against the Bills, but we lose Aaron Rodgers for the season with a torn Achilles. How are you feeling? Is it doom and gloom? Is the New York Jets season over in your mind?
Man. Yeah, this is really, really something, man. Like, it's just like all the breath is out of my body, man, because we've been talking about this since this past February. Who's going to be the quarterback? We're only a quarterback away. We just need that one quarterback to get us over the hump. And then now this happens. I'm just like, oh, my God, man. Like, and listen, I did, like I said, Aaron Rodgers was my third option because of the window situation. Because if we would have went with the other quarterbacks, we would have had more of a longevity. But I did not expect this to happen, man, because out of the two quarterbacks of Derek Carr and Lamar Jackson, he is the best passer, and he was the person that could have really got us over the hump out of all the other quarterbacks. But, again, very short window. But this is killing me, man, because the potential of this team, of what I seen last night, even though that the quarterback went down, it's just like, man, this team is ready to go to the Super Bowl. We're Super Bowl contenders. And it's just like, man, if we had Aaron Rodgers last night, are we in a dogfight, really? No. We would have blew that team out. We would have blew that team out. We would have won by probably a 3-score or 4-score. I mean, he turned over the ball 3 times, and we're battling. And this is the thing that's going to kill me too, man. Like, this defense is going to be out there the majority of the time because they're going to be fighting, because the offense is probably not is going to be stalemate. Because if we really think about it, man, what have we been talking about, Joe? When we got Aaron Rodgers, is like, oh, yeah, you know what? They're not going to be able to stack the box because we actually have a quarterback that could throw. So what do you think the Patriots is going to do? What do you think Belichick already figured this out because he knew we was going to be round the pound, run the ball. And I felt so bad because I'm happy. I'm also happy Breece Hall, old self. But I want Breece Hall to ease himself back in, and now we're going to have to kind of rely on him again with, of course, Dalvin Cook. Thank God we got Dalvin Cook as well, too. But I'm so happy Breece Hall is back. But it's just like, man, I see the potential of this team. And here we go. We got Jermaine Johnson on he's on his second year. Sauce Gardner's on his second year. Garrett Wilson is on his second year. And are we gonna really waste this year? I really do not trust Zach Wilson. I really don't.
And listen, Val, again, salutes. I want to thank you for calling in. I hear what you're saying.
Salute.
Okay, and I'm upset just as well as you. I really wish that Aaron Rodgers hadn't got hurt and tore his Achilles. I was praying that it was just some type of, strain, or maybe it was just a calf issue, that would subside after a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, something like that, or at some point he'd come back in the season, not miss too much time, but getting the news that he tore his Achilles, it hurts. But as we continue to go forward, because that's all we can do, why can't Zach Wilson be that guy that can just be a game manager? Why can't Nathaniel Hackett, right? Now, keep in mind, we were excited to get Aaron Rodgers, but we were extremely excited about them bringing in Nathaniel Hackett as well, and I talked about it on this show, why I was excited about him. It was, one, everywhere he's been, he's had a good running game. I remember when he was at Jaguars, everybody and their mama knew that Leonard Fournette was going to get the ball, and nobody could stop it. Nobody. Me, you, the garbage man, the custodian, nobody could stop it, even though we all knew what was coming. But the second thing I was excited about was, outside of just the running game, his ability to take Blake Bortles, a garbage quarterback, and make him actually produce, where he looked like a guy that, hey, this might be the guy that they can move forward with. Why can't he put together solid game plans that build Zach Wilson and maximize on his strengths? Because remember, we talked about Mike LaFleur being one of the big issues dealing with Zach Wilson. Well, now you got Nathaniel Hackett in the building. Don't you think that Nathaniel Hackett could be the guy to help Zach Wilson turn the page? Give me your thoughts on that.
I hope. And I really hope he could turn that around, man. I hope, he could, I just don't have faith in Zach Wilson, man. Like, it's been like 3 years, man, and I know what type of quarterback he is. And you're absolutely right. He does have history of working with quarterbacks that are borderline not that good and stuff like that. But if you look at this schedule, Joe, this schedule is meant for Aaron Rodgers being the quarterback. We are meant to go to the Super Bowl, and we don't even have no time. We have no time. We got the Cowboys that just came off of a blowout win against the Giants and made them look terrible as well, too. Then we have the Patriots, and Belichick, he has our number. He knows how to play Zach Wilson. He's going to turn Zach Wilson into a passer. Then on top of that, we have the Chiefs, Super Bowl winners. Then on top of that, we have the Broncos. The Broncos, they're iffy and stuff. And then we got the Eagles. I mean, come on, let's talk about it, man. Like, and this offensive line, it's very bad, man. And hopefully we could turn it around. And I really, I just hope that this team could gather up, and they definitely did, man. And shout out to Xavier Gibson. He definitely did his thing. I'm so happy that he made the team and he's showed out. He came he definitely with the game winner punt return, and just hopefully this offense could really make some stride, because I really don't want to waste this year, because it was so much hype this year.
Yeah, no, listen, Val. Before I let you go, Val, before I let you go, man, because the lines is hot. Give me your defensive MVP quickly for the game, and give me your score for the upcoming game against the Cowboys, man.
Let's go. Jordan Whitehead, man. Shout out to Jordan Whitehead. Everybody wanted him gone. They were saying that, his money issues and stuff. He definitely came out and showed out. 3 interceptions. You would have thought Josh Allen was playing for the Jets, man. It was just like he was passing it to us. So it was beautiful. It was beautiful to watch, man. It was a roll of emotion. I'm so happy about that. They came out and fought. And for my prediction, man, it's just I see us possibly. I think it's gonna be a head knocker. I think it's gonna definitely be. It's gonna be close. It's probably gonna be 17-14. And I'm gonna roll with the Jets. I'm gonna be positive on that note.
There you go, Val. Bring us some cheer, man.
listen, for sure. This is the therapy session, and I understand. But listen, at the end of the day, Zach Wilson, prove me wrong. Oh,
yeah?
Please prove me wrong. I would love that to happen. Turn it around. I hope they have the best game plan possible. And I don't want them to look for another quarterback as well, too. I don't want it to be stalemate just in case, But, let's go. And that's all I got to say, Joe, man. Thank you, man.
All right. Thank you. I got to slide off. Listen, we're going to keep getting to these lines. 515-602-9639. Call in. I'm taking all callers. Be patient. We'll get to everybody. Next! I'm going to my guy, Mike from Tom's River, Julio, Dwayne, all the other callers. Hold on. David, Steve, Truth, I see all y'all. Ted, I see all of y'all. Hold on. We're going to get to everybody. We're going to Mike. It's that man, Mike from Tom's River. For those of you that do not know, Mike, he's a savage, man. Savage! Mike salutes. The New York Jets beat the Bills. We lose Aaron Rodgers for the season. Tears his Achilles. Give me your thoughts, man. Is Zach Wilson the quarterback that can hold the fort going forward?
I don't know. I'll give him this. He didn't take any practice with the number ones all week. They had it all scripted for Aaron Rodgers, to play everything. Let's see what happens this week. It's good defense. It's Cowboys, And it's weird. Like I could barely sleep last night. When I finally fell asleep last night, when I woke up, I thought I had a nightmare, and I'm like, Aaron Rodgers got hurt. And then reality set in, and I'm like, oh no, that was real.
Yeah, it was very real. But I tell you what, we'll see what happens going forward against Zach Wilson. Nathaniel Hackett being here as our offensive coordinator, I think is going to be huge. But I'll tell you what was extremely impressive. Breece Hall. A lot of people, I know it sucks seeing Aaron Rodgers go down. Breece Hall was out there literally carrying this team at one point, okay? 2 carries in the game, had over 100 yards. He had an 83-yard run in the game, finished the game with 127 yards and I think 10 carries. This is coming off of an ACL. This guy is superhuman. He looks ridiculous. We are going to be able to rely on him this season coming up. Again, hopefully he stays healthy, knock on wood, everything's good, right? He's going to be the guy that's going to continue to carry the Jets offense just like he was carrying the Jets offense before he went down. Give me your thoughts about Breece Hall and also how you felt about Dalvin Cook as well doing his thing too out there on the field.
Oh, Breece Hall, on that 83-yard run, at the end, he even admitted himself in the interview. He's like, he goes, I ran out of gas at the end. But I think he would have scored anyway. Anyway if Garrett Wilson wasn't celebrating instead of blocking the guy who ended up tackling him,
Yeah.
Dalvin Cook did all right.
Listen.
I think he was a little rusty, though, But Breece Hall is a beast. A beast.
Yeah, when I'm in the clutch during those drives, Breece and Dalvin Cook were getting it done and doing work. Now, before I let you go, Mike, give me your defensive MVP, who impressed you the most for the New York Jets on defense, and give me your final score prediction for the upcoming game against the Dallas Cowboys.
I think Jermaine Johnson got my MVP. And I think Lawson should be worried about losing playing time to him.
Well, Lawson was inactive, and again, they just said it's not due to his injury or anything like that. From everything we know, he will be playing against Dallas.
They said it was because of workload.
Yeah, they didn't want to overwork him.
I agree with the last caller. I think it'll be 17-14 Jets.
Okay, 17-14 Jets. Listen. Listen, Mike, I got to slide off. Next time I have a show, I want to hear from you, all right?
All right, how's it going, Joe?
All right, you have a good one. We're going to keep getting to these lines. Again, 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. Next, we're going to my guy, Julio. Julio, we're coming directly to you. Dwayne, Ted, Chris, Truth, David, June, all the other callers of Brick. Hold on. We'll come to you guys in a second. Listen, this man, Julio, okay, he's a savage. Julio salutes. Listen, Aaron Rodgers tears his Achilles, man. How are you feeling about it? Do you think that Zach Wilson will be able to step up and hold the fort as we continue to roll through this season with the New York Jets?
I can tell you this, my breath went away when I seen it. But I'll tell you what, Zach Wilson did pretty good in the second half. I saw it different in him. And it looked like Nathaniel he did a great job in that second half for him. But I wanted to give you a bigger news because it's all over ESPN, it's all over network. The Jets about to call time, man.
Say again, you're kind of breaking up there, Julio.
Can you hear me?
Your connection was going in and out. Go ahead, quickly. Give me. What were you saying?
There was some news in ESPN, NFL Network, that Tom Brady is in New York and the Jets trying to get a hold of him.
Man, listen. There's been a lot of talk. There's been a lot of talk about what the New York Jets should do at quarterback. There's been a lot of talk about that, and I believe it was Shannon Sharp brought up that Tom Brady could be a guy that the New York Jets could target. There's been other guys as well, but I highly doubt that Tom Brady's going to be a New York Jet. I doubt that. Solo's already come out and said that they're going to move forward with Zach Wilson. He's already said that. They're going to call up Tim Boyle, and they're going to move forward with Zach Wilson. I don't think that Tom Brady is coming here. I just don't.
You can imagine.
So I don't think that's happening.
And you know me, I'm not going to do that either. I don't want Tom Brady.
Yeah.
I'm going to let you know right now. I'm a Jet fan. Tom Brady has hurt us for years. So I want to change that. But it's a rumor.
I don't think it happens. Now, Julio, quickly, give me your defensive MVP for the game. Who did you look at on defense you thought that really lit it up and highlighted things for you? And give me your final score prediction for the Jets-Cowboys game.
I got 3 of them. I got White from Heaven 95, Quentin Williams.
Okay.
And I saw Jermaine Johnson do some things.
Okay. All right. Listen, I respect that. What's your final score prediction for the Jets and the Cowboys?
I think Jets 13, Cowboys 9. It's going to be a defensive battle.
Okay, Julio taking the Jets. We just lost Julio. Listen, salutes. I want to thank Julio for calling in. We're going to keep getting to these lines, though. 515-602-9639. Next, we're going to Dwayne. Dwayne, we're coming directly to you. For those of you that do not know, Dwayne is a savage. Listen, Dwayne. Aaron Rodgers tore his Achilles, but the Jets beat the Bills 22-16 in a shocker of an ending with Xavier Gibson running back a punt 65 yards for a touchdown. Give me your thoughts, man. How are you feeling about the victory? What are your thoughts about Aaron Rodgers? And how excited were you to watch that Xavier Gibson, a guy, undrafted guy, make a play for the New York Jets and send us home with a victory?
Well, Joe, you know, I'm not one of the emotional Jets fans. When I saw him go down, it's upsetting, yes. But what I was upset at, what I didn't like was when they gave you a little camera angle downfield when he got injured, and the 2 tight ends ran these terrible routes. Like, they looked like they were blocking downfield, how they couldn't get away from their man. So that shows that regardless of what quarterback was in there, it was going to be a bad play. So that's the problem. It's the cut blocking and which was a terrible idea, and then the fact that no one, to my belief, got open. So that spells something bad for the future, even with or without Aaron Rodgers. As far as that, right? You can win. You can get to the playoffs with Zach, and this is why. There's one way. There's one way, and only one way to get to the Super Bowl or playoffs with Zach. And it's an analogy, so bear with me. You're going to have to sell Zach for 3 magical games. What I mean by that is learn from Josh Allen and what Brian Daboll did with him. He used all of Josh Allen's talents. All he did was use his talents. Josh Allen is not Tom Brady. He's not going dink and dunk. He's not going game manage. It's not about throwing for 80%. It's about that cannon of an arm that mobility, right, and that Stephon Diggs. Guess what? Zach Wilson has all three of those. I would do fake handoffs, quarterback runs. I would do boots out, play action boots, make him launch the ball downfield. Because what did you say about Josh Allen's 3 interceptions? They were basically punts, which means if you do catch it, you're starting at the 1-yard line, 5-yard line, maybe the 20. It's fourth down, right? The third, fourth down. But if you miss, if your cornerback slips, if your cornerback doesn't know where the ball is, if your safety doesn't know where the ball is, it's a touchdown. He's mobile. Get him out there and run. And then the thing that we've noticed, I can read Garrett Wilson's mind. I don't have to read lips. What he was saying to Zach Wilson was, bro, don't look at if I'm open or not. Throw the ball, bro. Just who cares if I'm open? I got him. Tre'Davious White, who is that? I got him. And when you threw the ball to me, what happened? I got him, right?
He went up and got it.
That's Josh Allen. That's Josh Allen's secret. Josh Allen didn't improve drastically out of nowhere. Is that his talents were used, his running ability, his cannon arm, and they brought Stephon Diggs, and that's why he's blown up, and that's why Daniel, whatever his name is for the Giants, looks so bad, because he doesn't have all that. That's the only way to win with Zach Wilson.
Yeah, listen, and I hear you, Dwayne, but I understand what you're saying. I think that what we have here, right, especially with Nathaniel Hackett, I don't know if you're on a headset or something, but if you can fix that, just kind of rectify that situation.
Yeah, I got you.
But here's the deal, right? We have Nathaniel Hackett here, who I think is an offensive coordinator that can really unlock what Zach Wilson could do well here and really put some things together. But we also got to think that there may have been a step forward mentally for Zach Wilson too. Right? The worst thing that could happen to him has already happened. Right? He was sat down already had somebody come in. So his mentality about football and the way that he needs to be playing football at this level has changed too. Remember, he was all about not playing safe, and I want him to go out there and make a play that was launching the football into 3 different guys. I think that that's going to change quite a bit, especially when he has a guy like Aaron Rodgers, and we'll see again what happens going forward with him, that he's going to have a surgery. But I'm very sure that Aaron Rodgers is going to stay in his ear the same way that he's been in his ear all, off season. Ever since he was acquired, he's been in his ear, helping him, working with him off the field. So I think that's going to be big for Zach Wilson. And I think that Zach Wilson doesn't have to be Drew Brees, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady. Hell, he don't even have to be Aaron Rodgers. If he can just be a solid game manager, this defense and this running game could really put us in a position to really do some things. I don't know about Super Bowl, right? Who knows? But I know that with what we have here and the talent that we have on this football team, we can make the playoffs. We could. Because, and I keep telling people, you look at the statistics, statistically, Ryan Fitzpatrick literally quarterbacked one of the best offenses the New York Jets has ever had in franchise history. That's a fact. And he was trash. He was trash. So if we can get him just in that game manager role, get the ball out quickly, get it to who it needs to go to, I think that we can do some things. Now, give me your thoughts on the Jets' offensive line. How big of a concern is that for you going forward? Because they did not look so well, especially Dwayne Brown.
I think they're not good at cut blocks, I'll tell you that much. But for the rest of the game, they played decently. And then in the running game, they're pretty special, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Especially
the running game they were solid, yep.
Nathaniel Hackett must have had 15 personnel. Yeah, he must have had 15 personnel at one point. And, it was doing decently. So the reason why I think the offensive line can work with, a bunch of tight ends on the field is we are not sure if we have really that third wide receiver that can really make a mark. But if we can fake some play actions and get the tight ends open, that works, and it helps the offensive line. But by themselves, I don't have a lot of confidence.
Okay. Listen, I hear you. That's something that's got to shape up as well. And it's great that you brought up the tight ends. I was going to talk about this. Listen, the work that C.J. Uzomah, Conklin, and Rucker, I want to talk about Jeremy Rucker and give him his love too. The work that they did blocking, last night, phenomenal last night. Them boys stepped up. And I'm telling you, a lot of the things that we saw with Jacksonville, some of that stuff, I'm telling you, It's going to be coming here. It's going to be coming to light, okay? We're going to see a lot of Jacksonville-esque kind of game plans. I'm telling you, when you got Zach Wilson, I think he can work, especially, again, when you got the best out of Blake Bortles, Nathaniel Hackett did, and put some things together. I think he'll be able to work and hold the fort here. Now, before I let you go, Dwayne, give me your thoughts about the Jets' defense. Who is your defensive MVP? And quickly give me your final score prediction for the Jets' upcoming game against the Cowboys.
Okay, so the pass rush was a little underwhelming. It's not what we saw during the preseason, but that's the preseason, of course.
Really?
So,
I mean, we got 5 sacks.
To me,
we were all over Josh Allen.
That was great. I definitely was great, and I think part of it had to do, from what I was seeing, with it being Josh Allen, and you can't straight up rush Josh Allen. But apart from Quinnen, really the DTs, a lot of the outside rush wasn't there, so, except for Jermaine Johnson a few times. And John Franklin Mayer did bull rush the crap out of somebody one time.
My God! Yeah, that tackle. Yep.
Huff was falling all over the floor. I thought he was being held. Quinnen fell over, on the floor one time. I thought he was being held too. My defensive MVP is Whitehead, not just because he was in position to catch 3 interceptions, but because he caught them. Because apparently C.J. Mosley is allergic to turnovers. I don't know what it is. Every year, 3 or 4 times, this dude almost gets an interception. And then the ball rolls in front of him when Josh Allen fumbles, and he's like, "Oh, is that the ball?" Quinnen's like, "I got it, bro, because you can't pick up a turnover. I got it. Don't worry about it." Because he was about to pick it up and run somewhere, but he's like, "Wait, what do I do in this situation? I only tackle people. I don't know anything else." So for him catching it, 2 of his interceptions, they could have been dropped, 2 of them, and he caught one with basically one arm in the end zone, and then the other one he broke and caught that one. So that people try to discredit his 3 interceptions. 2 of them were pretty difficult. So he's my defensive MVP, and the score for the Cowboys, I'm gonna go 23-21 Jets. I think it's going to be a
23-21.
Really, the reason why I say is because I don't think Dak is in mid-season form yet.
Mid-season form.
He's not playing off his running back enough like he did with Zeke. Like he used to play off Zeke. Like he's not doing that.
Go ahead, finish up.
No, he's not playing off his running back. So we're going to take advantage of that defensively, and we're going to crawl offensively. But we're going to crawl at 22.
Listen, Dwayne, I got to slide off. Next time I have a show, I want to hear from you, all right?
Yeah, I got you, Joe.
All right, salutes and respect. And fix that Sesame Street headset, all right?
I'm telling you, the T-Mobile from Jamaica, man, I'm going to call them, man. I'm going to call the operator. Jamaica, man. Amazon, man. Y'all deliver Jamaican stuff, man. Come on, man. No.
Goodbye, Dwayne. We're going to keep getting to the lines. 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. We're taking all callers. Please be patient. We'll get to everybody on the line. Please, when you're on the line, make sure you have a good connection. Don't call me with a headset you found at the back of Home Depot. Don't do that. Please. Damn. I want to be able to hear you. Next, we're going to my guy, Ted. Ted, we're coming directly to you, all right? For those of you that do not know Ted, Ted is a known savage. Ted, salutes and respect. Good to hear from you tonight. Listen, it's, people feeling good. We beat the Bills 22-16, and then some people are doom and gloom. We lost Aaron Rodgers, what looks like for the season, torn Achilles. It's been confirmed by MRI today. Give me your thoughts about the victory. Give me your thoughts about the injury to Aaron Rodgers, and what are your thoughts about Zach Wilson going forward? Could he be the guy to carry the Jets?
Hey, Joe. Good evening. Good to talk to you. I'll stay on the positive, Joe. Unfortunately the injury happened, but I would take the Josh Allen film from last night, show Zach Wilson, and say, don't do anything that you see on this film except for run out of the pocket. Run out of the pocket.
Yeah.
Joe,
listen,
Zach Wilson needs a bit of an internal clock, okay? Mm-hmm. There's not much really, in all honesty, Joe, there's really not much to fix. There's really not too much that he has to fix, quite honestly.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
When he drops back to pass, after 3 seconds, you don't go backwards and run a 50-yard semicircle and throw it out of bounds and give everyone a heart attack. You go forward and you make 3 yards, Joe. You slide. Okay? Enough of the BS, circling and, dancing around and running 50 yards in a circle only to throw it out. And you could make 2-3 yards, Joe. And that'll set the defense back. Finally, they knew he wasn't really going to run. He stayed in the pocket. Now, if he's a known running quarterback now, like Josh Allen, without all the mistakes that he makes, let me tell you something. Josh Allen, that guy's a major problem. I don't know if they'll be able to fix that guy. And I don't know if it was ever Brian Dable. Go ahead, Joe.
I mean, listen, Ted, you're bringing some heat right now, and you bring up some great points about Zach Wilson. That internal clock is something that I think will help him take a step forward. He's really got to focus on, like you said, getting the ball out of his hands a bit quicker. I was watching the game last night. You were in there as well. When he did that spinning around and running back, I think it was 25 yards backwards, and then it was like, what are you doing? But again, once things the game got going, and especially in the second half, he kind of smoothed out. I thought he started to kind of get some feel, make some plays, started warming up. But when you look at Josh Allen, a lot of people talking about him, I don't think it was just Josh Allen, being Josh Allen. I think Josh Allen is extremely talented. Of course, I've been talking spicy. I'm going to keep talking spicy. Jalapeno Joe for y'all that don't know, okay, when it comes to the Bills, because they won't leave me alone. But I do think that it was the Jets' defense that was giving him the business, okay? Listen, our front four was getting after him. They were everywhere. And I was so excited to see a guy like Whitehead be able to step out there and make big-time plays. 3 interceptions. A lot of Jets fans wanted him gone. What are your thoughts about what you saw from the Jets' defense when they faced up against the Bills and really locked in?
Hey, Joe, you could probably name a dozen. The previous caller hit on some of the points I was going to hit on, which is basically there were so many plays in the game. The Michael Clemens play, the John Franklin Meyer, he had this offensive lineman on skates a few times. I mean, he just pushed him straight back. There were so many. Bryce Huff was held. You could see Bryce Huff was held a few times that they got away with. A couple things too, Joe. I saw a couple of flags picked up, and I'm like, what, are they calling penalties? Why are they calling flags and picking these flags up? I mean, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, Joe.
No, listen, we're not a conspiracy show. That's not what I do over here. But if you want to say some things about what you saw, right, if you want to mention Josh Allen throwing a touchdown well over the line of scrimmage, I'm not going to stop you from doing that. I'm not saying, if you want to point that out, if you want to point out that they picked up flags that clearly were penalties that they decided to pull away from the Bills, that's fine. If you want to mention how the Bills' offensive line often was holding but it wasn't called, that's fine. I don't have an issue with that whatsoever. If you want to mention Stephon Diggs literally pushing sauce on every other play, right, I don't have a problem with that, right? If you're mentioning that, if I was to see something like that myself, right, if I would have watched the game, I could see how others would think that would be offensive pass interference. It was called once, I remembered it, but it could have been called more. But if that's what you want to point out, I don't have any issues with that. I'm not a conspiracy theorist myself. Go ahead, Ted. I'll leave it to you.
Hey, Joe. Joe, real quick, too, about the Dallas game. Dak Prescott is very prone to mistakes. He makes a lot of fatal mistakes, similar to Josh Allen. So anyone who doesn't think we have a chance this week, we can go in there. Dallas' defense is quick, but I don't know. And my friend is a Cowboy fan. I watched the Jet game with him last night. He said flat out, like I thought, we can go in there and bully them and push them back and basically do what we did last night, similar to last night. 3 tight ends and say, you stop us, and maybe we play action off of that. And there's got to be a variety of things that Wilson can do, including design runs. I mean, sort of like Daniel Jones. I mean, I just don't understand. Last night they didn't have a lot of chance to reset. The injury was so fast. Zach probably didn't take a lot of reps. I mean, he might have taken reps, but he wasn't the starter. He was thrown in there. They didn't have the play designs for Zach ready. They had nothing ready. So, but Joe, the way we fought back on every level, we never would have won this game last year. Special teams, defense. We came out the second half. We were flying. I mean, we just making play after play. The tackling, MVP, in my opinion. Sorry, Joe, I'm a little scatterbrained.
No,
MVP, in my opinion, of the defense, Quincy Williams. No one's mentioning Quincy. That guy was flying around and hitting every. I mean, as soon as one of these Buffalo receivers got the ball, Quincy was all over. I mean, he wasn't missing any tackles. That's the guy that set the tone, quite honestly, of the defense. Go ahead, Joe.
No, yes. Listen, Ted, you brought up some fire points. I also wanted to finish up. What are your thoughts on Breece Hall and what he was able to do? Quickly, give me your thoughts about how impressive he looked. I want to get that last question for you before I get your final score predictions to Dallas. Yes,
sir. Joe, I did see a couple times that Mackay and some of these linemen collapsed the middle of the defense and allowed Breece the outside. You could see it, and kudos to Mackay. Breece Hall is a stud. They got a rare find of a player of that caliber in the second round. He's a beast.
Yeah.
He probably needs to get in game shape a little more because he's you can tell he's not quite there yet. Maybe a little more reps with the knee injury. The guy's a beast, Joe. The guy's a beast.
Yeah.
You got him. You got Garrett Wilson. His cast. You can mention 25 Jet players in this game that made plays, Joe. Last year you could mention Quinnen. Quinnen would make a lot of the plays last year on defense and Sauce. And then after that, it would tail off. But now you got all these guys just balling. So kudos to Joe. Kudos to Salvage, Joe. But my prediction, we're going to go into Dallas, and we're going to have a good game plan for Zach, minimize mistakes. And Dak Prescott is going to have to press when we shut down, CeeDee Lamb, and we shut him down, and they can't run the ball. They're going to struggle. So I say 24-16 Jets.
All right, 20. Ted, I got to slide off. The lines are hot. You have yourself a good night. Next time I have a show, I want to hear from you.
Joe. Pleasure,
all right?
Joe.
You have a good one. We're going to keep getting to these lines, 515-602-9639. Again, be patient. Okay, we'll get to everybody. It's a 2-hour show. All right, so we got to move through. I don't want blog talk, You know how to get with your boy. Next, we going to Chris, okay? We coming to Chris, Truth, David, June, Tim, G. I see you in the building. Other new callers, hold on, all right? We going to Chris. For those of you that do not know, that man, Chris, he's a savage. Chris, salutes. Listen, Chris, we won. We beat the Bills. Aaron Rodgers tore his Achilles. I've been going back and forth with people about Zach Wilson. Some people think he's going to be good. Some people think he's trash. The season's over. How are you feeling?
About Zach, let's see. Let's see about the system. Let's see about putting him in. Here's the thing. They got to open up the playbook, man. They got to really open it up. Flea flickers. They got to open up reverses. I'd even get, they have to use the fullback. They have, and Joe, where was the fullback last night about Aaron Rodgers? All this stuff about the offensive line. I didn't see this guy in the backfield. I didn't see all these plays with Aaron Rodgers. I didn't see him anywhere.
Listen, it wasn't just the fullback. Where the hell was the offensive line? Every time Aaron Rodgers dropped back, he was running for his life. He barely got away from a sack like two plays before. Where the hell was Dwayne Brown? Where the hell was he at?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But see, this is the thing. We knew going in this game that they had a pass rush. We knew Dwayne Brown. But at least we had this fullback in there that we knew was going to probably get the system, get some short runs. We used them in the preseason. That's why I was like the the offensive line, was going to be shaky during the year, and we had the fullback coming out of this thing, and I said, Aaron Rodgers is going to use the fullback because Daniel Hackett uses the fullback very quickly in his offense. So, I mean, it's good now. It's, it is what it is. But as far as Zach is concerned, open up the playbook. I have to get guys that can have a large catch radius. I mean, I probably even bring Zach Kuntz off the practice squad, 6'8" guy that can jump and get the football. You're going to have guys that make incredible catches like Garrett Wilson did last night.
Yeah,
we'll
listen, we got to do whatever it takes. But I think that Zach Wilson's going to be okay, especially with Nathaniel Hackett in his corner and Aaron Rodgers in his ear and in his corner as well. I think he'll be able to hold the fort and be a game manager. Now,
still go get Carson.
Give me your thoughts.
I still go get Carson.
Well, we'll
Wentz,
see. I mean,
Carson.
We were talking about Carson Wentz and Taylor Heineke, and those guys. I mean, they're not that good. Carson Wentz is not good at all. He's not. But I'm keeping it real. Prime Carson Wentz, now we could be talking. But this Carson Wentz, not that good. Taylor Heineke, not really that good. Matt Ryan, not that good anymore. Right? Colt McCoy, let's be serious. It is what it is. Then you got to keep in mind those guys got to come in. They got to learn the offensive scheme to the T. They got to learn the scheme, the verbiage, get everything down, and build chemistry. Look, I hear y'all. And if there was somebody out there that we could bring in that I think would be of the ilk of Aaron Rodgers close, I would be like, yeah, let's do it. But it's going to be a lot to do that. At this point, Sulla's already come and talk about it. We're going forward with Zach Wilson and Tim Boyle. Now, before I let you go, Chris, give me your defensive MVP quickly, who shined to you, and give me your score prediction for the upcoming game against Dallas quickly.
The defense. I agree with one of the callers. I think Quincy Williams was playing incredible last night, and the score 21. I think the Jets fight the game out, but I think ultimately Dallas wins this game. But I think the Jets play a hell of a game. I think we go down.
What's
fighting,
the score again?
And I think we lose about 21-17. But I think we play a hell of a game. I think we lose.
All right, Chris. He's the first one tonight. He's the first one to pick the loss. Listen, Chris, I want to thank you for calling in. Next time I have a show, I want to hear from you, all right?
All right.
All right, you have a good one. We're going to keep getting to these lines. 515-602-9639. Next, we're going to Truth. We're coming directly to Truth. David, Tim, June, G, I see you in the building. Hold on. We're rolling through. Lines is cooking. We're going to Truth. Truth salutes. I want to thank you for calling in tonight. Listen, Truth, before we even let him talk, Truth he ain't called in a minute, you know what I'm saying? But let it be known, he is a savage, okay? You ain't heard from him. Listen, the New York Jets beat the Bills 22-16. Aaron Rodgers tears his Achilles, We're all sitting here talking about Zach Wilson and what he can bring. What are your thoughts, man? How do you feel about the victory? What's your outlook on the season?
Okay, so I want to say what's up, Joe. So I want to make a couple points,
going on,
make them quick. So I want to say right now that Coach Saleh outcoached Sean McDermott, right?
Sean McDermott, yes.
Yeah. He outcoached him. Point blank period, from beginning to end, he outcoached him. He even outcoached him on offense as well. Also, so my defensive MVP is going to be Saleh, because as a unit they did really good. And I want to talk about something really that no one's even really mentioning, is that yes, Quincy Williams had a phenomenal game, but there was a couple times Quincy Williams could have hit a person in the middle, debatably, like it could have been a penalty if he did, and he held back. So I want to give Saleh credit and Quincy as well, for not smashing into people when it's not necessary, understanding the moment. Okay, so I want to talk about having that awareness. That last year, I think Quincy might have gotten one of those because of how close it was and how much he just completely restrained from smashing into, and causing a big penalty. So, and the defense, as How many penalties did our defense have yesterday? Do you know?
I don't think they. I can't remember. We got a
exactly.
Flag,
exactly my point. That's exactly my point.
It wasn't like a ton of
cool.
penalties.
Exactly.
Yeah, we weren't penalized. I think it was
exactly.
two penalties to like 10 yards.
Okay. Okay. So that also goes to Salah. Also, Salah, I want to give him the most credit in the sense of how he used his timeouts yesterday.
Talk to me.
I thought that was
keep going.
How it was everything was so what Robert Saleh is saying right now is to Zach. All he needs to do to say to Zach is, Zach, we don't need you to be the number 1 quarterback or even number 15 quarterback. We just need you to play just as good as the guy on the opposite side of the on the opposite team. You just need to be able to pretty much keep us in the game, whether that's a big play, whether that's game management, because I think Robert Saleh, everybody's saying that. What I think is really funny about this too, which I'm giving more credit to Robert Saleh, is keeping to the game plan. I think the whole entire time they were going to run 30 to 4. I think that is what Robert Saleh has figured out the formula. We're going to run the ball. We're going to keep your quarterback off the field, and we're going to beat you with hard-nosed football. I think he's made it very clear that even if it's just 3 points, we don't need Zach Wilson. Aaron Rodgers, we go for it, get the first down, we end the game. But that's not the scenario anymore. So running the ball, I completely agreed with. I did not even care. I mean, the only thing I would have liked Robert Saleh to do, and I understand the circumstances, but at the end of the game, if you were going to take that time out and do all that stuff, to run a play for 5 yards, I don't even care, just because your mentality is, I need to get Zach ready for overtime. But I understand the whole knee thing. I don't have a problem with that. I'm not going to. That's wasting time now. Okay, so
no. Listen,
I just want to make
yes. You're speaking facts. Yeah, no. Listen, you're speaking facts, and that's what we talk about. I think a lot of people we discuss the roster constantly and the things that were changing and Aaron Rodgers and all that stuff. But one of the things that we also discussed during the offseason was Robert Saleh. Could he take the next step forward as a coach as well, as a head coach? And what we saw last night was what? Adjustments, right? We saw Nathaniel Hackett. Everybody stepped up, put their brains together. Look, Aaron Rodgers is out. He's done. He's not coming back. We've got to move forward because we got to continue to keep things rolling. Guess what? We've got to make those adjustments offensively. Let's ground and pound. Let's get our identity. For years, the New York Jets have struggled finding that offensive identity. Let's go to our identity. Let's ground and pound. Let's keep things close. Defense, if you're the best in the league, and that's what everybody believes, us included, go out there and prove that thing. And that's exactly what they did. The defense shut it down, got it back. Xavier Gibson, 65-yard. Punt return for a TD. Jets close it out, okay? Now, listen, Truth, the lines are hot. Give me your final score prediction. Dallas, Jets, games coming up. Who do you think wins? Who do you think loses? How do you think it ends up?
Okay, real quick. Real quick. So, if Breece Hall is if that was okay with the snap count and he's still healthy and you don't want to risk him, listen, I think he got the ball 3 too many times, in my opinion, for the first game. I'm not saying that he cannot be fully healthy, whatever the case is. It's just a little scary for how short of a time for that injury for him to get in that many. But if he is good, right, I will have it 16 to 15 Jets. But I don't want that to be the score. I don't mind if the Jets lose this game because that's an NFC opponent right there. Right now, we did the biggest thing. We won in the AFC East against the Bills. We did our job. This week, they need to get the offensive line right because if Michael Parsons is allowed to just do is he allowed to do whatever he wants? This is going to be a long game. This is going to be a good defensive game, right? But what I would like to see them do is when Zach is on the line and he sees that one-on-one matchup with Garrett Wilson, to have 3, 4, 2, 3, I don't care, to be able to audible into the one. I want them to work on things like this. I would like Breece Hall to sit back and only get 10 carries. We're not going to win every game. So we're going to put chess like I know Robert's going to do.
Here's the deal, though.
No, bro, please. No way.
Here's the deal. At the end of the day, if Breece Hall is good and he looked good last night, you keep letting him carry the rock. The kid clearly has it together. He can run. Like, he can run, can go. Why hold him back? Especially, again, when we're dealing with Zach Wilson. We're going to be running the football. That's going to be our identity going forward. I'm sorry. That's going to be a big part of our identity going forward. It already was. So why exactly are we stopping Breece Hall from doing what he does? Why are we not building that Cook and Hall dynamic if he's ready to go? We should absolutely continue to give this kid the ball if he's good. They're not going to run him out of the building. They're not going to run him into the ground. If he's good to go, let's keep handing this kid the ball and let him and ride the hot hand. Because, again, we got Dalvin Cook. We also got Michael Carter as well. Let's go. Let's not. Listen, I understand that Dallas is the NFC. I don't care about that. I want to win as many games as possible. And if we can do that by riding these young guys, let's do it. So give me your final score for the game. Who do you think wins? Who do you think loses? How do you think it ends up?
So I'm going to stick to my predicament. If they have Breece Hall under 15 carries, I'm going to have it 15-12 Dallas. But if Breece can go over 15 touches, it's going to be 16-15 Jets.
All right. We're going to keep getting to these lines. Again, 515-602-9639. Please be patient. We'll get to everybody. Trust. Next, we're going to my guy, David. David, we're coming directly to you. June, Tim, G, I see you. We'll come to you guys next. Hold on. Salutes, David. Thank you for calling in. For those of you that do not know David, he is a savage. David,
good evening, Joe.
David. Listen, man. Aaron Rodgers tore his Achilles. We still beat the Bills. We're talking about Zach Wilson, what he could be going forward. A lot of people wondering about Breece Hall. Give me your thoughts, man. How are you feeling about this situation?
I'm feeling pretty good about the situation. Obviously, a tremendous loss with Aaron Rodgers. My first take, Joe, is I'm 59 years old. That was the greatest regular season win I've ever seen on the Jets in my life. Regular season, ever.
Okay.
I mean, it was that comeback and the strength and the commitment to win and the way the team came together was extraordinary. My second take is this. I'm going to go to the Batman and Robin take. When Batman, in any situation, if he gets taken out or tied up by the Joker or the Penguin or something, Robin doesn't alter everything that he does. He just does what his teacher showed him, and he fights and he does what he can to get Batman out and get the criminal. We cannot mess with Zach and put fear in him that he can't do it. First of all, the other teams will perceive that. And if they get the inclination that the Jets are now going to shrink everything down and simplify things, now they can target on our strengths. They can take out the running game, and they can play the short game on the pass because they know the Jets are fearful to expand the field. I say stick with the playbook, Joe. I say no fear. Okay, Zach might disappoint. He might not. We got to believe in this guy. We got to run with him. He knows the game plan. We got Aaron Rodgers will be there on the sideline soon to coach him, to mentor him. We have an improved defense from last year, and we got our running backs. I feel good about this season. That was the greatest win, Joe, and the listeners, I have ever seen. I'm 59 years old. I've never seen that. Under that pressure, that sense of loss, that shock of what happened, and even on 9/11, to put all those factors together, the way the Jets came back was extraordinary. It was superb.
Yeah.
And that's my take. Stick with the game plan. Go ahead, Joe.
Yeah, David, I'm telling you, you brought the heat there. Like you said, under the brightest of lights. This is a national stage. Everybody's watching. Trust. Everybody was watching that game. It's the first game of the season. Everybody's looking. We lose Aaron Rodgers and still came back, fought hard, defense put it together. Zach Wilson wasn't perfect, but was able to go out there and made plays when asked to make plays. So, listen, going forward, we'll see what happens with them offensively. I do want to see them ground and pound more. I understand people are talking about, things being keyed in on the running game, but Nathaniel Hackett, the way that he schemes and some of the things he can put together, I think that, we'll be all right going forward, especially if we can get the ball rolling, running the football and running the football effectively. It'll take a lot of things off of Zach Wilson's shoulders. But I do think that Zach Wilson as well, and it's been talked about this offseason, him taking that next step forward mentally Aaron Rodgers talked about it. Sulla talked about it. Sulla just recently talked about how this past offseason he wasn't struggling with a lot of the things that he had struggled with, year one or even going into year two, that he's really picked up things quickly. So we'll see what happens, because now he's the guy, even though there's a lot of Jets fans that want us to go out and grab somebody, but Sulla's made it clear that that's not going to happen. But I want to get your thoughts on this, David. How do you feel about the New York Jets defense and what they were able to do? They were all over Josh Allen. I mean, 5 sacks, 4 turnovers. They just made his life a living heck, okay? He
Absolutely.
was just scrambled up top. Give me your thoughts about the performance of the Jets defense, and how do you feel about Whitehead stepping up in the biggest of moments and getting those 3 interceptions for us?
Well, the defense was the X factor in how we won the game. It was very similar to how we beat them last year. We should have won both of those games last year. Now, Whitehead basically just fed on the mistakes of the Buffalo Bills. They thought, well, they're going to be demoralized, so we're just going to throw the long ball. We're going to get reckless. We're going to just throw it. And they didn't anticipate that the Jets could actually stop them. That would backfire on them. So I think their game plan and the way they responded to the loss of Aaron, they didn't foresee the Jets with that resolve, that they would fight with that type of intensity. And Aaron got a little, he was off his. My bad. Allen got off his game, and he got reckless and he threw it away. So that was great interceptions, but 2 of them were long balls. But that third one was big time. When they got that one, I think towards the end of the third quarter and into the fourth quarter, that was the biggie when they got that one, and that got the Jets to go down and score. So I felt great about that. I think our defense is what it is, even better than last year. But I have to repeat it, Joe. We can't play scared. We got to stick with as if Aaron Rodgers is our quarterback. We can't say, oh, no, we got Zach, so we got to change everything. The offense will lose their confidence. We got great receivers. That catch by Wilson, the second-year man, is that his name?
Garrett Wilson in the end zone.
That was a tremendous catch. You got to let those guys believe in Zach. You got to play as if Zach can do even what Aaron can do. They need to fly. They can't go out there, especially against the Cowboys, and feel, we gotta play safe and do easy routes because Zach can won't. Run the same game plan as if Aaron Rodgers was out there. Believe in yourselves. Believe in your quarterback. If they can do that, and I think they can, Joe, they can beat the Cowboys. They can win this division. Go ahead. Yeah. Give me your final score prediction for the Jets' upcoming game against the Cowboys quickly, David. Okay, very quickly, but I will say this: what a lousy comment at the end of that game when that announcer said there's an asterisk to this win. What a disgrace by that announcer.
David, I was going to lose it in between calls. I was about to go off about that. The commentary on Jets games as a whole is garbage. I'm talking garbage. Our commentators that call Jets games are so biased to whatever other team that we're playing, it's ridiculous. Like
Absolutely.
You said as well,
that
guy, it's an asterisk. Are you serious? Y'all don't put an asterisk next to anybody else that gets wins for whatever other reason. Is it an asterisk if the Bills would have won? Would have been an asterisk because Aaron Rodgers wasn't playing? Like, come
Absolutely,
on.
Joe.
Go ahead.
And for all the non-calls we've gotten throughout the years, that man knew nothing about Jet history. That was an ignorant and embarrassing comment. My prediction, Jets win this. They win it big. I believe they're going to win by 10, 27-17. Cowboys are in for a shock and awe how good our secondary is. Dak's going to be on the road.
Yeah. Listen, David, I want to thank you for calling. This is a fire call from you. Next time I have a show, I want to hear from you, all right?
You will, Joe. Go Jets. Jets.
All right,
Jets.
you have a good one. Let's go. We're going to keep getting to these lines. Again, 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. We're starting to get a little shorter on time, but we'll get to everybody. Next, we're going to June. June is in the building. Tim, G, you're next. Tim, you're next. G, you're after him, all right? New callers, hold on. Listen, for those of you that do not know, this man, June, he's a savage, man. June salutes. I want to thank you for calling in, June. We've been talking all night. Aaron Rodgers done for the season, tore his Achilles. Jets got a big win over the Bills. Zach Wilson looking like the guy that's going to be going forward, holding the fort. Sulla said he's not going to get nobody else. Zach Wilson is our quarterback. He made it very clear to the press. Give me your thoughts, man. How are you feeling about the season now? June? 860. 860. Are you there? 860.
Yo. What's up?
Yeah. Might have been on mute.
Hey.
What's going on? Talk to me, June. Come on.
Oh, what's up, dude? Sorry. I didn't know I was on. I've been waiting for like 45 minutes. I'm on.
Yeah.
Shit.
What's up, man?
Yeah, so, dude, that was a depressing game last night, man. I was a New York Jets fan for 4 fucking plays, and it.
Whoa!
What
watch,
a sad
watch
way to end, dude.
Watch the language. Watch the language, okay? This is a family show. Watch the language, okay? No cursing on my
Happy
show.
to be here, Coach. I won't do it again.
Okay.
Won't do it again.
Go ahead. Go for it.
I'm sorry. No, I'm just saying I was a Jets fan for 4 plays. It sucked. That was can I say suck? It was really sad, I'm just kidding. No, dude, it sucked seeing that, It's like so what now? I mean, Zach Wilson, they have a great team. I mean, they shut down the Bills after that, on 9/11 in New Jersey. The New Jersey Jets played really well. It was a real bummer to see that happen because Aaron Rodgers is, 38, 39 years old. What is he going to do? Name the athletes that came back from an Achilles tear and were successful. I guess maybe if you're a quarterback, you could argue that might be one of the better positions to do it.
There's a bunch of quarterbacks
Kobe
that have had Achilles tear and been able to come back.
Yeah, but not at his age. It's just tough. It's such a bummer for the whole league. It makes me not even want to watch football this year because but you guys, I'm not a Jets fan, but seeing you guys go into the season with the division that you guys have, you're in the toughest division in football, and I'm like, I think you guys got it. Tua and the Dolphins look really strong. I mean, you had no threat from the Patriots, but everyone else in the league is in your division is really strong. And I don't know, you've been asking everyone at the end of only one of the last 5 people you asked are you guys going to beat the Cowboys next week? It's no, you're not. And it kind of sucks because
you don't believe
that
you
is
the
the
Cowboys?
team to upset.
Okay.
I don't think so. I don't think so. But I don't know because it was really impressive how you guys played.
What do you think the score is going to be?
I would say, I was asking myself this the last because initially when I first called in, I was going to say 27-16. I think you guys get 1 touchdown and a couple field goals, but it might be closer because I don't think. I think the Jets defense is is solid. Is a really solid defense.
Get him up out of here. Get him up out of here. What I tell people, don't curse on my show. It's a family show. You curse, you're gone. Don't think I'm playing. Don't do that. It's a family show. Get back to these lines. 515-602-9639. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in. Next, I'm going to Tim, okay? We're going to Tim. We got to pick it up, all right? We have some fire going. We're going to Tim. G, we're right after that. Tim, salute. I want to thank you for calling in, all right? For those of you that do not know, this man, Tim, okay, he is a known savage, okay? I'm talking straight savage.
Mr. Joe, how are you today?
I'm all right, man. We have some fire going, things, people trying to call in, curse, rain on the parade. I ain't got time for that, all right? I want to get back to this, Tim. Look, Bills get a win. Oh, excuse me. Jets get a win over the Bills. Aaron Rodgers, okay, tears his Achilles. All right, so we know he's done for the season. We've been talking about Zach Wilson all night, though, and what he could be able to do with the Jets' offense. A lot of people doom and gloom. Some people feel the season's over, and I understand it, okay? I'm here to listen. Okay, that's all I am. I am the liaison of conversation based around the Jets. Okay, that's what I'm here to do. I'll be your Sherpa. Okay. Now, I want to get your thoughts on this. Okay, tell me how you feel at this moment, and do you believe that that Zach Wilson can hold the fort going forward for the New York Jets? Can he be the guy for us to step up and keep us afloat?
Ooh, that is a tough question. Yeah, I think he can, as long as he minimizes stupid mistakes. He accepts the process. He accepts the process, the game scheme, whatever they decide to do. If they want, like the other caller said, if one game he has to be a game manager, great. If the other game he has to maybe take more shots downfield, great. And but at the same time, Joe, I also agree with the previous caller, two callers ago, who said that I think the Jets. I think the Jets, but it is nice to hear from people who aren't Jets fans that come in and give us comments. I will give that guy, props for calling a random non-team of his show. So, but anyway, the guy that said that, I
he was a little out
believe
there,
that.
But yeah, go ahead.
He was waiting for 45 minutes, so maybe he was just, hanging out. But anyway,
Go ahead.
So I think what the guy said was, they have to be them, right? They have to be them. They have to accept. And I don't mean to sound too eclectic here, but they really need to transcend and accept this new identity that Robert Saleh has created. And we, through watching Hard Knocks and things like that, and just following the team in general, you can see that there's a different feeling in that locker room. There's a different feeling of leadership. There's a different feeling of dignity. There's a different feeling of respect, mutual respect, integrity, and fight and dog. So he created that culture, and if they can truly accept that 100% and not fall into any old patterns, and I'm speaking mostly to Zach Wilson, specifically, if he can, because I know it's difficult. Think about what the kid's been through. He came in, high regarded, high pick, got kind of laughed out of New York, benched, embarrassed for 8 whole months, finally comes back. I think Aaron Rodgers really made him comfortable again, really told him, look, everybody has to learn, everybody has to start somewhere. Aaron told him, I've seen your stuff. You can do everything that you need to do on the field with the ball with your arm. You just have to learn all of the little, idiosyncrasies that go along with it. And so if he keeps his head down, stays focused, I think we have the other pieces in place. Now here's the other thing. I don't know how reliant in the past Hackett's been on Aaron Rodgers to succeed. So I don't know how well he's going to be able to customize that playbook to Zach in a way that makes it still difficult for defenses to read, but simple enough for Zach to execute. And that's a major concern of mine, because I don't, go ahead.
But, and I hear you, right? But why, I would hear your concern, but I've seen him simplify a playbook for Blake Bortles. So why wouldn't he be able to do it for Zach Wilson, right? I think everybody's really stuck on that. I understand this is an offense that was built by Nathaniel Hackett and Aaron Rodgers. We all know that, right? That was the whole key of bringing it in here and all these things. But we got to keep in mind that there's some different things within the verbiage, and the scheme is different, but the base of the offense is very much like what we were running under Mike LaFleur. As a matter of fact, if anybody goes back and listens to the stuff that Sulla was talking about when they brought in Nathaniel Hackett, we're still running a lot of the same concepts and things that came from Mike LaFleur. This is still like a West Coasty, Shanahan-y kind of offense. This isn't like something – this is not like the Patriots offense, We're still doing, solid things here. So I don't think it's like, hey, it's Aaron Rodgers or death. No, because I've seen Nathaniel Hackett be able to make adjustments.
I didn't say that.
Oh, no,
I didn't say that.
I understand you didn't say that. But, for others, that think that it's Aaron Rodgers or death, it's like, hey, I still think that he'll be able to make adjustments in the playbook for Zach Wilson because, again, there's things that Zach Wilson does well that, other quarterbacks may not do well, right? Just the same way there's things that Tim Boyle would succeed at And he can maximize that if Tim Boyle was the guy, that was the starter. Well, those things that Zach Wilson can do that he succeeds at, and we can maximize that within the scheme as well. So I think that Nathaniel Hackett will be able to do that, and I think it's pivotal for him to do so because Zach Wilson is going to be the guy going forward. Because we all know Aaron Rodgers is done. So I'm excited about the situation at this point, right? Because it is what it is, and I think that Zach Wilson, he doesn't have to be Aaron Rodgers. He doesn't have to be Drew Brees. He doesn't have to be Tom Brady or Peyton Manning or any of those, unbelievably elite quarterbacks. If he is just a solid game manager, right, I believe that puts the New York Jets in a position for major success. What are your thoughts on that, Tim?
Well, I mean, we can do that. We can absolutely do that. LaDainian Tomlinson and Mark Sanchez showed us that we can do that. We had that whole time we had maybe one, number one receiver, and then, all the other receivers were, we'll see. With the exception of maybe Kotchery. He was like the best number two receiver ever, and Coles. But here's my thing. Let me drop some hot takes from before. Best defensive performance of the game, Quincy Williams, tackling machine, monster, and showed some restraint, like the other guy said. Score, I think, for Dallas. I think the Jets can take them. I think it's going to be a close game. I'm going 2013 Jets.
2013 Jets. Okay, let's go. 2013. Okay. The coverage on the Jets is garbage. Peyton Manning on the Manning cast was basically cheering for the Buffalo Bills to beat the Jets the whole game because he's always hated the Jets. And then Joe Buck and Aikman. I've never seen somebody who is so smug and condescending about the Jets than Troy Aikman and Joe Buck. They pretend like they are on some other plane of existence that is too high and mighty to ever give the Jets any type of credit, and I'm just so sick and tired of it. I can't stand them. They are just so smug on their commentary. It's infuriating, especially in a close game like that. They're not even giving any credit in a close game. Like, we're in a close game, and you got these commentators finding reasons to let the Bills off the hook the whole time. Yeah. No, all they talk about, Josh Allen, he was going for this, he was going for whatever. Josh Allen's a problem, just like the other guy said. That dude is a problem. Period. End of story. If they don't lock him down, he's done. He's going to be out of here. Excuses for everybody. Excuses. Listen, that's it. Tim, I want to thank you for calling in. Next time I have a show, I want to hear from you, all right?
You got it.
All right, you have a good one. We're going to keep moving, getting to these lines. 515-602-9639 is the number. Call in next. I'm going to GMS. GMS, we're coming directly to you. Terrell, you're after. 806 will be coming to you as well. G Salutes, I want to thank you for calling in tonight. Give me your thoughts, man. Jets get a big win. Aaron Rodgers tears his Achilles. How are you feeling about the New York Jets?
Well, it comes back, gives me flashbacks of the Vinny Testaverde when he tore his Achilles. But the one difference I saw, this team didn't give up. They were what I noticed with this team when they inserted Jermaine Johnson in the starting lineup, that team defense is much faster than what I saw last year. And they played strong. They played to their strengths. They didn't give up. That's the whole point. They didn't give up at all. They kept fighting until they had the opportunity. So as far as Aaron Rodgers, I'm kind of numb to this, man. I've been a Jet fan for over 30 years, 35 years. So I've seen a lot of things. So, but we just got to rally behind Zach and see what happens, what he can do in his third year with this system and a better offensive coaching staff that he has behind him to see what happens. Give the boy a chance,
Yeah. No, listen, man. We're moving forward with him. Hopefully Nathaniel Hackett will be able to put some things together. Hopefully the running game as well, continues to improve and get better. I want to get your thoughts on Breece Hall, man. How are you feeling about his performance and what he was able to do out there?
Hey, throughout the whole summer, I was telling everybody Breece Hall's going to be back. I said it's going to remind me of Adrian Peterson. When they say he's not Adrian Peterson, I say, look, he reminds me of Adrian Peterson of his running style. He can catch better than Adrian, But when it comes to recovery, I really believe that he was going to be back full speed ahead. But, he was on a pitch count. He was on a pitch count yesterday. If you listen to his interview, they didn't want him to play that much. So, yeah. Not surprised by it, man. Yeah. So I was happy to see that.
Yeah. Now, give me your thoughts, your final thoughts on the Jets defense. Who do you think was the defensive MVP for the game, and what are your final score prediction for the upcoming game against Dallas?
The defensive MVP of the game was Quincy Williams, over double-digit tackles in the first half of the game. He did his job. He did what he's supposed to do. He was explosive. He didn't overcommit. And look, this is a product of being in the system for about 3 years. So he knows what he's doing. So I'm happy with that. I'm glad they signed him early. We need this team. We need a speed out there for the linebackers. So the whole front seven did their job as they're supposed to do.
Okay. And what is your final score prediction? Jets Dallas?
I got the Jets beating Dallas 30-10.
Okay, 30-10. He's taking G, salutes. I want to thank you for calling. Next time I have a show, I want to hear from you, all right?
Hey, no problem. You take care, Joe.
You have a good one. We're going to keep getting to these lines. Again, 515-602-9639. Show's coming to a close. It's tight. We know it's a 2-hour show. So please be quick with your answers, all right? And do not curse on my show. New callers, old callers, I'll get you up out of here. I'm telling you, I don't play no games, all right? It's a family show, and this is YouTube, all right? YouTube don't play no games, and I'm not playing no games either with my platform. Next, we going to Terrell. Terrell, I'm coming directly to you. Salute, Terrell. It's good to hear from you. We ain't heard from you in a minute, my friend. Give me your thoughts about the New York Jets. The situation they're in, man. Aaron Rodgers tore an Achilles. Got Zach Wilson is now the guy going forward. Fella has stamped it. But the Jets got a big win against the Bills. How do you feel about it, man?
It was a roller coaster, and I was so excited when they won. I was thinking it was going to be a high ankle sprain, maybe Aaron Rodgers misses 4 or 5 weeks, so I was excited for the win. But now I'm devastated. And this team has zero hope with Zach Wilson under center, zero. And I'm tired. I'm hearing these callers and, we got to ride with Zach and this and that, as if we didn't see it. We didn't see a whole half a season or whenever we didn't see him already play. He is not a starting quarterback in this league. He's not. And he might not even be a good backup in this league, which is why they should have brought in some competition for the backup spot from the beginning, and they never did. So now we're giving him – they didn't bring him any competition. Who was the competition?
Yes, Tim Boyle.
That is not real competition.
He was the backup quarterback.
That was never real competition. No. That's not real competition. That's not. Come on, let's be honest. That's not real. Have you heard of Tim Boyle playing NFL games? Has he played NFL games? Let me be honest with you. Has he? I've never seen that guy
on the roster and play. Yeah, he has. He was the backup quarterback with the Packers, and Aaron Rodgers was there too. Yeah, he's a backup quarterback. He's a quintessential backup guy, right? But you also got to keep in mind that the plan, and everybody knows this, we talked about it, the plan was really to put Zach Wilson in bubble wrap and have him reset, but he was impressive throughout all of preseason. Look, I'm not sitting here saying that Zach Wilson is Drew Brees. That's not what I'm saying. But I am saying that he won the number 2 quarterback spot, and they did it, so here he is. And Zach, was he bad last year? Yes, he was awful. He was downright awful last year. But maybe with what we have here and a new offensive coordinator, Nathaniel Hackett, maybe he can turn things around. At this point, that's our only option, especially when Sulla has said that that's who he's riding with. So I'm guessing you would like to see us go after somebody else. Who is a free agent name that you'd like to see the Jets go after and grab? They've already said.
So it was a mistake.
Who would you like to see?
Okay. It was a mistake to just give him the backup spot, which they did. Like, Saleh just came out. He said, okay, yeah, Zach's our backup. He's our guy. He's our number 2. Like, they're coddling him. The same thing that Joe Douglas got praised for, which was trading Sam Darnold early, like before he got into his 3rd year, and he got all this praise. Oh, you got a second and a fourth for Sam Darnold. You know what I mean? He's in the same exact situation. You could get a 4th-round draft pick for Zach Wilson. You could. You get a 4th-round draft pick.
Really?
Do it.
You think you could?
No, they wouldn't want to do it. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, 49ers wanted to trade up to get him. All these other teams, they believe in the potential, whatever, a 4th-round draft pick. Yeah, why not? They definitely could.
I don't think
but they're not going to.
I don't think you would have. I don't think you would have got anything for Zach Wilson. Let me tell you why, Terrell.
I don't think that's true.
You yourself know, right? Last year, he didn't look like he could be anything. He was too much of a project. Not only did he show that he couldn't even functionally run an NFL offense, but his confidence was broken. He was literally a broken quarterback, completely.
Sam Darnold was seeing ghosts. You remember that? He was seeing ghosts.
But Sam Darnold, and listen, Sam Darnold he had his ups and downs here too, but Sam Darnold in the time he was here up until the point he was gone had showed us way more than Zach Wilson had showed us in the first 2 years he was here, by far.
What did Trey Lance, what did Trey Lance get traded for? 4th-round draft pick? Trey Lance didn't do anything. He never even played in a game, but he was a highly drafted quarterback in that 21 draft. So someone said, you know what, there's potential there. I'll give up a 4th-round draft pick for him. Zach Wilson played games and was drafted higher than Trey Lance. You can't tell me he wasn't going to get a 4th-round draft pick. But that doesn't matter.
Because he was completely awful. He was awful.
It's okay.
In all the games, Zach Wilson was awful last season, Terrell. He was so bad. He was literally listen, they benched him twice last season. They benched him twice.
Okay.
Not once, twice. How do you get a 4th-round? Okay. If they could have, honestly, let's be serious. If they could have really have gotten some quality draft capital from Zach Wilson, I think they would have done it, Terrell. I'm being completely honest. I'm not playing devil's advocate here. I love the discussion.
Okay.
If they could get some quality compensation back, they would have done it. He literally was benched twice, and they had to reset him. I don't think anybody wanted to have anything to do with Zach Wilson and trying to fix him. I just don't.
No problem. So you're even making my point. Forget about trading him where they could have traded him, whatever. You're making my point. He was benched twice last year. We all saw it firsthand as Jets fans. He stinks. He is not good. He's not a fit for the NFL. He's a bust. That's it. He's a bust. We saw it firsthand. So how are we now after after Aaron Rodgers gets hurt saying, well, we got to ride with Zach Wilson. We got to see, what? Maybe with this new this and new that, he could. No. He just stinks. He's awful. Him in the game, it's a miracle that we won that game. I think I don't know if I'm wrong or not, but I think he called his own number on that Garrett Wilson fade. That was a terrible pass. If the play was to run the ball to Dalvin Cook or Breece Hall, he should have run the ball. That was an awful ball that should have got picked off, to be honest with you. But Garrett Wilson is just so sensational that he made that play. But Zach Wilson stinks. Did you see when he threw that interception? He threw it right to the guy. The guy was just standing there.
It was 3 guys over there.
Right to him. It was awful.
3 guys over there.
It was awful. Okay.
But listen, hold on, Terrell. But we also got to give him his props because you can say whatever you want to say about that touchdown throw. He made the throw. But you also got to talk about how the fact on 3rd and 5, and again, I'm just being fair and based here. On 3rd and 5, when the chips were down, he scrambled out left, almost went down, and guess what? Found Allen Lazard to keep that drive going. He was not perfect against the Bills at all. He wasn't. But Zach Wilson did enough to help get us that W, Terrell. So I'll let you finish off quickly and give me your final score prediction for the game against Dallas.
Yeah. Even a broken clock is right twice a day. I'll tell you what. There is no way this team can win, can make the playoffs, and go deep in the playoffs with Zach Wilson at quarterback. I'll tell you a couple names I think that they should go after. I think that, first off, they got to carry 4 quarterbacks. So, one, I would poach, what's his name, the quarterback on New England's practice squad, Malik something or whatever, Cunningham. They should get him. He was really, really, really good in preseason. If they can make him like a Brad Smith, change of pace, give us some juice at the quarterback to pair with another quarterback. I like Taylor Heineke. He's shown that he's played in the NFL. He can do it, maybe not as consistent because, whatever, but he could do it. It's okay. The main name that I'm after that they should it's okay. The main name that they should really be after, and I know it's a long shot, but that if they went after him and got him, I'd be like, okay, we're back on track for the Super Bowl. Because this is the Super Bowl team if we had a quarterback. This is the Super Bowl team. We saw that last night. Tom Brady. Get Tom Brady.
That is not happening, Terrell. That's not happening.
Hounded.
It's
Why?
not happening.
Why not?
Terrell,
why
we got to
not?
flush that out.
Wait, why not?
It's not happening. Terrell, it's not happening. Give me your final score prediction because I got to go. I got one more call. Give me your final score prediction quickly, man. Jeez Louise.
My final thoughts is I'll be honest with you. If we're riding with Zach this whole season, I'm going right to the sports book and I'm betting the under on the Jets. I hate to do it. I really do. And we're going to, again, we're going to have to look forward to next year. So I'm looking at the draft prospects, all this other stuff, but I'm sorry. Any of you that think that Zach Wilson is the answer or could be the answer,
what is your final score prediction, Terrell?
Yourself.
Final score
prediction. Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
Cowboys, Jets, final score prediction, 20-3, Cowboys.
All right. Next caller we're going to 860. We're coming directly to you. We're very short on time. Give me your thoughts, okay? Aaron Rodgers tears his ACL. Tears his Achilles, excuse me. How are you feeling about it? And give me your score prediction, Jets Dallas.
I feel great. I really would like you. Don't hang up on me. I won't swear, I promise.
It's gone again. Not having it, okay? Call in. I'll get you up out of here fast. All right. Listen, okay? We are moving and shaking, getting things happening. I'll give you my final score prediction. We're light on time. Listen, I think the New York Jets get a W here. I think we find a way. I think we're going to put some pressure on, Dak Prescott, and I think we're going to find a way to get it rolling here, okay? I think offensively it's going to be tough. We're going to have some little bumps at first, but I really think that Zach is going to do just enough. We're going to be able to run the football effectively. I think it's going to be a dirty game, though. I really do. I think it's a low-scoring affair. I think the New York Jets get a W, okay? We beat the Dallas Cowboys 17-10. Listen, short on time. Okay, listen. I'm the man of the people. I'm here for the people. Let me shamelessly promote my Facebook page. Everyone go on Facebook, search The Long Beach Joe Show. Like that page. My content's up there. Go ahead and give it a listen. Message me. I'll message you right back. I love going back and forth with you folks about this football team. Also, leave me some feedback. I love thinking about what you folks think I do here on The Long Beach Joe Show. All right? I'm also on Twitter as well. At The Long Beach Joe, at The Long Beach Joe on Twitter. Follow me, I'll follow you right back. You're going to troll me, no issues. I'm the troll that lives under the bridge, and I will have my Vera Tucker jersey on at all times. Okay? At all times, all right? So please join your boy, SC. That's what we do, fight on, okay? Listen, I'm also on YouTube as well, okay? Long Beach Joe Jets on YouTube. Subscribe, hit that notification bell so when I post content, you folks will be in the know, all right? And as always, people, when you see me in person, it is arms out, chest open, free hugs for everyone. Free hugs for everyone. They will cost you absolutely nothing. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to call in and get in touch with your boy and listen to the show and interact with me any way that you folks do. So I want to thank you folks again, okay? You folks have a good one until the next show. Peace.